Proceeding to next, children. I think this portion we have discussed. Now you can see sodium and chloride, how bond formation is taking place. This sodium is donating its one electron to chloride. Okay, because it is releasing one electron, it will become unipositive, and here it is accepting one electron, it will become uni-negative. As a result, it forms sodium chloride. Here you can see electronic configuration also that we have discussed earlier. So in this way the formation of bond takes place between this cation and anion. The positive charge is known as cation and the negative charge is called anion. Then the attraction, you can see the oppositely charged ions are there, and if oppositely charged ions are present here, then some mode of attraction will be there. This mode of attraction, the force exists between these ions, children. It is called electrostatic force of attraction. It is a very strong force of attraction that exists between sodium and chloride. Okay, this is your formation of sodium chloride. Okay, you can see here chloride are having 8 electron, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 8 electron in their valence shell. Moving to next one, here you can see magnesium chloride. Magnesium, in previous video I have already discussed that how magnesium, why magnesium will release its 2 electron in order to attain completely filled valence shell. Here one magnesium will donate or release its 1 electron to both the chloride. As a result, magnesium will have 2 positive charge because it is releasing 2 electron, and chloride is having 2 negative charges. For one chloride it will be -1, for another chloride it will be -1. Okay children, in this way the formation of coordination compound, in this way the formation of ionic compound takes place. Okay, this is all about ionic compound. It's all about ions, cations and anions, and the bond formed between these ions, this is called electrovalent bond. It is a very strong bond which is formed by gaining and losing of electrons. Such type of compound, children, it is also known as ionic compound. Okay, ionic bond are present in between these compound. Now see next one, ionic compound or electrovalent compound. Okay, and one more thing children, this NaCl is not a single molecule. Okay, it is an aggregate of ions. So many ions. One sodium, it is not that one sodium is bonded by only one chloride. It can be bonded by a number of chloride ion as it can. And one chloride ion, it is not necessary that it is bonded by only one Na plus ion. It is bonded by a number of Na plus ion as it can. So you can't say that NaCl is a single molecule. It is an aggregate of ions. Okay, for this reason they are called crystalline solids. Now see children, these ionic compounds are the compound formed by the transfer of electron. As already I have discussed it with you that this ionic compound are formed by the transfer of electron. Okay, you have seen that how electron has been transferred from sodium to chloride, from magnesium to chloride. Okay, and there are certain properties of ionic compound. Here they are formed by the transfer of electrons and made up of ions. Already we have discussed. Then second is they are crystalline. See children, this ionic compound, they are called crystalline solid. Crystalline solid because here children the ions, that is cation and anion. For example, if I will talk about sodium chloride, this cation and anions are arranged in a regular pattern. So many ions and so many anions are there, cation and anions are there, and they are arranged in a regular pattern. Right now I told you that this sodium and chloride is not a single entity. Okay, so large number of sodium and chloride are arranged in a regular pattern. A regular arrangement is there. For that sake of reason it is called crystalline solid. Third property is they have high melting point and boiling point. This all ionic compound or electrovalent compound the bond formed between cation and anion, they have a very strong melting point and boiling point. Why? Because a strong force of attraction is there and a large amount of heat is required in order to break this bond. What bond? That is ionic bond or electrovalent force. It needs a large amount of energy or heat in order to break the bond. So they have high melting point as well as boiling point. They are soluble in water. These ionic compound like NaCl, sodium chloride, magnesium chloride, potassium chloride, when you will dissolve it in water, they will all get soluble. Means they will all get dissolved completely. But they are insoluble in case of organic solvent. When you will dissolve NaCl or magnesium chloride in a solvent like petrol or kerosene, then it will be insoluble. Okay, later on you will study like dissolve like. Okay, they are soluble, means ionic compound, when you will dissolve it in water, it will be soluble, because both are polar in nature, both containing ions. Water is also containing ions, that is H plus and OH minus, and at the same side ionic compound like NaCl, they are also present in ion form, that is Na plus and Cl minus. So both are in ion form, so very easily they get dissolved. Now fourth one, children, the last one, they conduct, this ionic compound conduct electricity in molten state or in solution. Means in molten state only they are able to conduct electricity. This ionic compound, when they are present in molten state or in liquid solution, then only they will conduct electricity. Why? Because when they are present in molten state or when they are present in solution, only in this case the ions are free, and when the ions are free, they will easily conduct electricity. In solid state it is not possible to conduct electricity, because you know in solid state the ions, the shape of this crystal is very rigid. No ions are free in case of when these ionic compounds are present in solid state. So in molten state as well as in solution form they conduct electricity. I think in second chapter we have discussed that a solution of acidified solution conduct electricity. In the activity, the bulb will glow in case when we will take dilute HCl, aqueous solution of dilute HCl, or you can say aqueous solution of sulfuric acid. In that case, the bulb used to glow. Why? Because at sulfuric acid or hydrochloric acid, they comprises of ions. Ions are free to move. Okay, in this case the bulb will glow, while in the case of glucose and alcohol, the bulb doesn't glow. So by that experiment also you can justify it, that these ionic compound conduct electricity in molten state or in solution form. Okay children, so I think this much is sufficient. Today we have, what we have learned today, we have studied how formation of bond takes place, ionic bond takes place between cation and anion, and second we have discussed the properties of ionic compound. So learn all this point. I think this much is sufficient for today, and if any query is there children, you all are free to ask. Any doubt is there, you all are free to ask. Thank you.